Welcome back to ZK1 Plays, where today we're going to be going over a very quick guide of everything that you need to do in order to get ready for the release of the brand new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, the Teal Mask, which is coming out just next week on, September 14th, I believe. And so, yeah, check out this quick guide. These are just some helpful tips that can help prep you for the DLC. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for checking out my channel, ZK1 Plays. Like or a subscription goes a long way to help out my small channel, and so please help a brother out if you feel so inclined. And other than that, let's jump right into the guide, which starts off with point number 1, which is to complete the main game and all of the post-game content. And so just to be very clear, this stuff mostly concerns the 3 different missions that you go on, and then the 4th mission that appears once you become champion. And that 4th mission has to do with going down into the, the Area Zero Canyon, and going all the way to the bottom, defeating the final boss of the game, and then, of course, having the opportunity to catch your very own ride Pokemon in addition to the one that you ride on. And so, yeah, you should definitely finish both of those, the main story and the post-game. And you can see that I've done so because I have my additional copy of my ride Pokemon. So there you go. And having that ride Pokemon will be good for the DLC as well. All right, step 2, make sure that you complete the entire Pokedex, all right? So your Pokedex, whenever you open it up using the minus button, should say 400 out of 400. And the reason that's important is mainly for one reason, and that's so that you can achieve the Shiny Charm, all right? So the Shiny Charm is an item that you get once you have completed your Pokedex, all right? And so it'll appear in your bag like this, the key items area, the Shiny Charm. There it is. And so basically, this Shiny Charm is going to increase your ability to encounter a shiny Pokemon in the wild. It also helps you with different shiny hunting methods that you can pull. And so I've been able to hunt quite a few shiny Pokemon just because of that Shiny Charm. And so it's a good idea to go ahead and have it. That way, whenever you go into the DLC, you can have a higher opportunity of finding shiny Pokemon in the wild. Just as a reminder, too, the exact way that works is as follows. Once you complete the Pokedex, you will receive a notification from, I think it's Mr. Jacques, the biology teacher, and he is going to invite you to meet with him, and then he will give you the Shiny Charm in person, all right? And so, yep, best of luck to you completing that Pokedex. If you need help completing that Pokedex, my advice would be to look online for Pokemon trading Discord servers, join one of those, or even using the Pokemon Trades Reddit page, either one of those, but people will normally be happy to help somebody complete their Pokedex. So good luck to you doing that before next weekend. Tip number 3 for getting ready for the DLC is to farm up Herba Mysticas from different raids. Now, you need these Herba Mystica for shiny hunting, at least if you want to have the best odds possible. And so the way to do that is to go to your Poke Portal and go online. Once you are online, you can click the Terra Raid Battle. This is how I like to do it rather than going around to my own Terra Raids, although you can search for your own on your world map as well. Whenever you get to this screen, you want to avoid the yellow or special event raids because they typically do not give Herba Mystica, and you want to go instead for these regular raids. Now, I don't have any 5-star or 6-star raids, and those are the ones that you're going to be able to consistently get Herba Mystica from. And so what I'm going to do here is just link in my iCard above a video that is very detailed and gives you great information on how to farm Herba Mystica, but you want to get as many as you can possibly carry, as many as you can take the time to farm up before the DLC drops. That way you don't have to stop while you're playing this new gameplay and go farm them at that point. And so looking in my bag here, I'll show you exactly what those Herba Mystica look like. There's a bitter one right there, but there's a bunch of different ones. There's spicy, there's salty, and so you want to make sure that you've farmed up a few so that you at least have some to use as the DLC drops, all right? So let's see. There's salty, sour, spicy, yeah. And spicy and salty are some of the more valuable ones. You know, all the other ones You can see like sour I barely ever use, but you need to make sure that you're getting some salty, some spicy. Have at least 4 or 5 of each would probably be a good number to shoot for. My next tip would be to train yourself up a party of 2 to 3 Pokemon that are level 60 or 65. You may be asking, okay, why do you want it to be 60 or 65? Well, if you go into the DLC, like say with these 3 or 4 Pokemon that are all level 100 and they're very strong and they're trained and they're the ones that I've been using for the raid battles. These Pokemon are just going to tear through everything in the DLC without any kind of fight at all, most likely. And so, in order to have, I think, a more fun game experience, what I would suggest is for you to stash these Pokemon away and maybe build yourself a small party of 2 or 3 Pokemon you really like, maybe even ones that you've shiny hunted, and then get them around level 60 or 65 so that you'll have a little bit of a challenge as you start the DLC. And the reason for only 2 or 3 Pokemon is so that you'll have slots in your party to add more Pokemon down the road. Well, you can see I've kind of narrowed my party down a little bit, and these may not be the 3 exact ones that I choose, but I kind of blew the level gap a little bit there with Norman Bates, but I picked out some shiny Pokemon that I really loved catching and have a little bit of a connection to, and have them ready to go here for the DLC dropping next week. And so what I'll do is I'll take these 3 or 3 similar Pokemon, and I will travel to the DLC and looking for a challenge, but also looking to catch some new Pokemon there and train them and add them to my party as well. All right, tip number 5 has to do with finishing up any unfinished shiny hunts. All right, and so first thing I want to do is think back, is there a Pokemon that I've been shiny hunting that I haven't been able to catch yet, or one that I always meant to that I would like to catch before DLC drops? Well, that would be right here. And so for me, that would be the Wooper form that was added in this region. That is a Pokemon that I really wanted to catch, but I just haven't had the opportunity to. And so what I'm going to do is try to shiny hunt Wooper really quick. All right, here I am where Wooper is going to spawn pretty well. And so what I'm going to do is make a poison type sandwich, and then I'm going to start shiny hunting. Just hoping I can find this Wooper, but I'm not sure. Yeah, dang it. I figured it'll spawn in a pack like that, but I guess we'll just have to see. Wait, what is that? Shiny crow. All right, come on. Seriously? Well, it would figure that I go for the one Pokemon and I end up with a Croagunk instead. Well, I went through a whole sandwich and was not able to find a Wooper, and so I am going to continue shiny hunting, but for now, on with the video. Tip number 6 is to organize your boxes, all right? And so you can do that in-game to a certain extent, but for me specifically, I'll share why this is an important tip. So many of my boxes are full. Do you see this? And so what I need to do is go and release a bunch of Pokemon or move a bunch of them to, say, Pokemon Home, for instance, is a good way to get rid of them and open up some box space. Now, I have already done this a little bit for myself. I've got box 5, 6, and 7 that have been completely cleared out, so I'm ready to put some new Pokemon in there. But there are probably more boxes that I will be doing this to. And if you don't know already, you can go into a box, select a Pokemon, and click Release. And it'll do that for you really quickly. However, you can only release one at a time, which is like really annoying. But if you go to Pokemon Home, you can use Pokemon Home to release up to 30 at a time, I believe, or maybe even more than that. But yeah, good luck to you, and I'm sure that you can figure out how to organize your boxes. But you want to make space for these new Pokemon so that you're not having that annoying thing of them getting stuck in the wrong boxes or being moved around or not being able to find them and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, go ahead and organize those boxes so they're ready to go for the DLC. All right, tip 7 is to save up cash for all kinds of new items and new clothes and anything that's going to be released in the DLC that you might need cash for in-game. And so to do that, let's go to Messagosa, and I'll give you a little bit of a method you could use to save up some cash. All right, the first thing you want to do is try to acquire the Amulet Coin, which I'm going to put a link in the description below on how exactly to get that Amulet Coin. It involves clearing out some trainers from a certain route and then picking up the coin from the worker at the Poke Center. So once you have the Amulet Coin, there are a couple of Pokemon's moves that you can use to boost your cash flow as well. One is Happy Hour, which is usually coming on a event Pokemon, which I believe you can get Happy Hour on a Hisuian Zoroark if you pre-order the DLC. Although I'm not sure if that offer is still available. And then secondly, there's also a move on a Pokemon called Golden Go that is called Make It Rain. Now, Make It Rain is a pretty strong move, but it also adds gold to the end of the battle so that you're able to get some extra cash as well. So here's my Golden Go, and you can see that I have, let's see here. Yep, I've got Make It Rain on him. And so what I'm going to do is put him in my party first, and then I'll use him to do the battling so that Make It Rain, every time it hits, it's going to be adding a little bit of cash to the battle as well, all right? So you got the Amulet Coin, Happy Hour if you can get it, and then Make It Rain. With those three things, you want to go into the Academy Ace tournament and defeat all of the trainers in the tournament, and it's going to net you around 150,000 to 200,000 Poké Dollars every single time that you do it, all right? And so that would be my advice to farm up some money, but this will allow you to have money for medicine, training up your Pokemon, but also for new clothes and new items that may drop in the DLC. And the final tip, tip number 8, is to shiny hunt an Applin. Now, obviously, this one is totally optional, but because Applin is getting a new evolution in the DLC, shiny hunting one is going to allow you to get a shiny Applin evolution quicker than a lot of people will be able to do so. And so, first thing we want to do is fly to this location. This is Area 3 East Province, right next to the Tag Tree Thicket, all right? And that's where we're going to be doing the shiny hunting, right along that fence there, all right? The second thing you need to do is make sure that you put one of your ride Pokemon in the front of your party. So this could be Koraidon or it could be Miraidon, either one. All right, and there I am with my Miraidon in the front of my party. And what I'm going to do now is hop on my ride Pokemon and head into the Tag Tree Thicket along that fence line that I was showing you before. And what we want to do is go straight to a couple of painted trees. And at those painted trees, we're going to stop and make a sandwich. All right, there's the painted trees, all right? Now, what we're going to be doing is spawning in Applin on this tree right here and having our lead Pokemon battle them one at a time, and you're actually going to be able to walk away from the game for a minute if you'd like to, and it'll automatically spawn in a shiny Applin over time based on your luck, all right? And so what we want to do is hop off our Pokemon and throw down a picnic really quick and make the sandwich. Also, make sure to save your game just in case you don't get the Applin. You can reset without losing that shiny sandwich. All right, the quickest sandwich that I know how to make is you go to creative mode and just do an avocado and then a spicy and a salty Herba Mystica, and I think that should do it. There's the complete sandwich. And it looks like we have Sparkling, Tidal, and Encounter Power for dragons, which is what we want because Applin is part dragon. Okay, so we're going to back out of the menu, back out of the picnic. Now still make sure you have that Miraidon or Koraidon in the front of your party. Hop back on your ride Pokemon, and now that you have the shiny thing active, see how there's an Applin in that tree? Now you just need to charge using the sprint button into this tree, and then you're going to send out your ride Pokemon to battle it while you're still riding your other Pokemon. So it'll look like this. Charge the tree, and then when it falls, send out your other ride Pokemon, and it's just going to stand there doing battle with these Applins. There we go. And then I'm going to back up to this bush, and you'll just watch those Applins fall from the tree. And when they do, my Miraidon is just going to attack them. And so there comes another one, and boom. And then you can literally sit here and just watch that apple that spawns in on the tree. And look right there, like number 4 is a shiny Applin. And so you're going to see right here, Miraidon is actually not going to fight it. And so now once Miraidon comes back to me, I can actually put it back in its ball. And then I'm going to charge the tree, and here we have a shiny Applin. That was not rehearsed at all. That was literally the 4th spawn. I'm so lucky today. That's crazy, all right? There is the shiny Applin, and we are going to catch this thing. Man, what some luck I just had. There we go. We got the shiny Applin caught. And now I still have like 27 minutes left on my dragon sandwich. So I can go for another shiny Applin, or I can go hunting somewhere else. But there you go. Shiny Applin in the flesh. And you can see they're still going to be spawning in on this tree now. Yep, see, there's a red one. All right, very cool. Well, so that is it for the tips and tricks before you start the DLC. I hope that this was helpful to you. It gives you at least some fun ways to interact with the game before the DLC drops if you're looking for something to do to kind of get back in the spirit of Pokemon. And we'll all be jumping into the DLC together about a week from today. So thank you for checking out this video, and have a great, great rest of your day. Peace out.